Hello Clash fans, Trample Damage coming at you today with a Town Hall 14 Queen Charge Lalo guide. If you do not know how to Queen Charge Lalo, definitely going to want to hang around for this one. We're going to go through 4 attacks today, all brought to you in part by Curly Knows Lalo. I've been clashing with Curly for a long time. He and I have each taken a few breaks over the years, but he's an excellent clasher, and as his name indicates, Curly Knows Lalo. What we're going to do is we're going to run through a couple of these replays. Before we jump into that, of course, if you do like the video, comment down below, like the video, tell your friends, check it out. I guess that's about it. There's my sales pitch. Watch the video in its entirety because there's super cool attacks all throughout, including one really interesting approach on a ring base, which will actually be the last one that I'm going to show. So one of the things about Queen Charge Lalo that's so difficult to try to share is there isn't like a standard way to come in. There's a huge intuition piece. Like I was actually looking at this base thinking, oh, he probably charged the Town Hall and took the Town Hall with the Queen, but he didn't. He actually came up here at the top with the King and Queen and funneled very nicely to get the Queen into this compartment. Now what Curly is essentially going for here, there are always good value targets. You have to be careful of the enemy Archer Queen, the enemy Royal Champion, the Clan Castle troops, and the Town Hall. Those are the things that you really would love to take out with the Queen Charge, but you can get a couple of those along with some good pathing. That's actually one of the best things you can do. We have 4 rage spells, all of which should be used on your Archer Queen. If you're not using them on your Archer Queen, you did something wrong. So the King headed off down this direction. The Flame Flinger is, of course, going after some of these defenses. And what we're starting to form up here is a nice, smaller path for the balloons and the Lava Hound to come in through once they are brought into the fray. The idea is going to be to bring the balloons in here toward the Town Hall and use the Grand Ward's ability to protect them through there, which is actually pretty epic, which we will see momentarily. So Queen is firing away, of course. She is just hanging on by the skin of her teeth with those healers under rage, and you have to use sometimes back-to-back rage spells in order to keep that Archer Queen alive. She engages here with a couple of other defenses, some hidden Teslas, the Tesla farm on the outside, and eventually gets into it with the enemy Barbarian King. But you see a Headhunter coming in there to help out, the rage spell again to keep the Queen pumping as high as possible and to keep the healers making sure that she stays alive. We will check in briefly with the Barbarian King to find out that he loves to take a lap and he will eventually die. Poor Barbarian King, we love you. All right, let's get back over here to the action. Flame Flinger doing its thing, and I love the Flame Flinger taking down this Wizard Tower. Even if we stopped there, this is a nice path already kind of cut for those balloons to wind up coming through, even though we'd be flying into potentially an air sweeper. So Queen inside here, ready to deal some damage, ready to take out that Eagle Artillery. The Headhunter, actually, our Headhunter triggered an enemy Headhunter. The Queen was able to take that down, and we don't engage the super minions for another minute here. Now, we do have 4 super wall breakers because we have to continue pushing the Queen in toward the core. Now, what you will have seen is the King coming over here and funneling these buildings out of the way, but naturally pushing the Archer Queen this direction, the super wall breaker popping it open, and then having her head into this compartment, and successive super wall breakers pushing deeper into the base so that the Archer Queen can continue her push toward the core. Now, what you're going to notice with a lot of these attacks is that a bunch of the attack goes by before the balloons wind up coming in. Here, the Royal Champion is actually brought in to help with the funnel to wind up pushing the Archer Queen back down toward the core so that she doesn't wind up trying to break into this compartment, which, of course, she does nicely, and we are about to deploy our final rage spell here with the Archer Queen as those super minions wind up coming out, and they are getting poisoned. So at this point, we've got all that stuff handled, and we have just under a minute remaining in the attack with about 60% of the base when one Lava Hound and a bunch of balloons wind up coming in behind. Now, the Flame Flinger managed to take out that scatter shot, so we have a nice tight path here for these balloons to flow in. The Grand Warden, of course, comes in along with the balloons, and we freeze the Town Hall. We're freezing that Inferno. Oh, you can see here, the Clan Castle actually contains a Dragon Rider. There's the Dragon Rider. A Rocket Balloon, a regular balloon, and I think a few minions. You always want to have some cleanup troops, which you can see the full army composition down there. If you missed it, just rewind the video for a moment. You'll be able to see. Beautiful pathing here. I love this. We trigger the Eternal Tome, and then my Wi-Fi starts to go out. We trigger the Eternal Tome, and a haste spell is placed to get them out of that bomb. And look at that. By the time the Warden's ability wears off, not only have the balloons shredded the Town Hall, but they have all escaped the poison bomb radius, and they are free absolutely to just come back through here and take out the rest of these defenses. That Dragon Rider still up. One of the balloons from the Clan Castle is still alive. Plenty of cleanup. Everything goes down. A very precise and well-executed Queen Charge Lalo. And with that, we will jump to the second one, which is against Nova Skill 1 from Fort Union 502. Now, take a moment, tell yourself, hey, I know where I would wind up coming in with this one, because I was wrong on where Curly would come in. I actually thought Curly was going to wind up either coming down here to take out all of this along with the Royal Champion and the Clan Castle and then push the balloons through here. But he actually went literally straight at the town hall, and this is some excellent funneling right here. I'm going to go play regular speed, king on the side to take these, super wall breaker to get into here, a sneaky goblin to take out the elixir collector, and the queen just says, hey, there's really nowhere else to go but step up and fight this bomb tower and this wizard tower. And then of course, once she's engaged by that expo, no rage spell yet, a balloon to help test to make sure that the healers aren't going to die, a rage spell comes down as the queen steps up here to engage the town hall. Rage spell! Cue the rage spell! Rage spell! There we go. Rage spell. I'm stupid. I thought we would deploy a rage spell at that point. There it is. I thought it came down sooner. So, Flame Flinger doing its thing up here on some of these defenses, trying to give the queen a little bit of a break. This scatter shot lasts a long time because of that builder. But we've got the queen duking out with the town hall, and she is in the poison bomb radius and then steps out. And we go invisible to buy her some time. Those healers, of course, grinding away to try and keep her alive through that poison because she is getting a little bit of poison from it. She winds up continuing her march through the core of this base. We do have 2 super wall breakers that are left over, but the super wall breakers are going to be a little bit problematic for the queen at the moment. We do have the Barbarian King continuing his march of soon-to-be-destroyedness down that direction. Clan Castle troops are triggered. There are a couple of headhunters. We need to poison those. Archer Queen is engaged with that Lava Hound. Headhunters are shooting at her. The scatter shot is shooting at her from behind. The poor unicorn has already been knocked out, but we do have some healers continuing to run. And eventually, that poison spell was placed poorly. No offense to Curly. The poison spell came down a little prematurely. Oh, no, it didn't. It was a perfect poison spell. It took out the headhunters. I'm stupid. Listen to me trying to diss Curly's attack. So we got Lava Hound coming in, balloons coming in, and we have a couple of free spells to help us get through. Now, one of the things to keep in mind, multi-target towers are very dangerous to balloons. They can actually shred them very quickly. So one free spell does come down on that multi-target tower, which is a nice placement because it also picks up the air defense and the Hidden Tesla and the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome trigger, so we can save those other 2 free spells. The haste comes down just to get the balloons speeding on their way, and this was just such a beautiful attack. The queen was literally first troop down on the battlefield, and she is alive through the entire attack. I don't know how to tell everybody to do this aside from showing some of the beautiful attacks that Curly has put up here for us and then telling you how he wound up approaching these, along with seeing my Wi-Fi starting to cut out and hopefully not wind up abandoning me, so we can share these other 2 really great replays. This one here, I'm going to call this one a little bit more straightforward. We do try to bring the Archer Queen in at the Town Hall from this side of the base over here. We're going to go in 4 times speed, so just so you can see, Archer Queen takes out the storages along the outside and she starts moving. And the nice thing is when you come in on a corner like this, it almost, with these symmetrical bases, it doesn't matter. If she had headed up, we bring the king in up here to keep her shepherding toward the core, or if she had gone down here, we can just simply do the same thing with the king on this side. So Queen is definitely taking some buildings out. She's moving through there. No rages deployed yet. Barbarian King moving in to help with the funnel. One super wall breaker to try and get her to go in that way. She doesn't. Another one comes in, busts open the town hall compartment, and she does, of course, shred the town hall. And then fortunately, because of that wizard tower, she heads up and away from the poison bomb, and we are in absolutely good shape with her rage after rage after rage, seeing her safely through. The balloons are coming in. The Flame Flinger has been doing its thing. And because the Queen has carved out this huge chunk of the base, the balloons are just going to want to lap around the outside here under the careful guidance of the Grand Warden and accompanied, of course, by the Royal Champion. You can't see her in there. There she is, Royal Champion, along with Lassie, taking out the rest of these defenses. We've got the one rage spell that didn't get used on our queen because she ended up dying, so went ahead and put it to use on the balloons. Haste spell to get everybody toward that single target tower that was going after the Royal Champion, but plenty of balloons running around. And again, there are those cool Clan Castle troops, a Dragon Rider, a rocket balloon, a couple regular balloons, and the rest of these defenses just go down very well. Minions for cleanup. Don't forget your cleanup troops. That's always important. Lava pups from the Lava Hound are not likely to aid in the cleanup very much, just because they tend to wind up dying shortly after the Lava Hound goes down once it has come in. Now, the final one, which I thought was one of the coolest, ring bases are actually kind of tricky for Lalo. We used what I thought was a very interesting opening. I get credit for Curly Nose Lalo making really cool attacks. He's currently hanging out in a clan called Only Lalo, but he is a good guy at his heart. So we go ahead and bring in the Battle Blimp to take out the single target Inferno Tower because we want the Archer Queen to have plenty of time to work. And of course, we see the rocket balloon, the regular balloon, and the Dragon Rider cleaning out some of the base. Now, the Queen is coming around the outside. Her healers finally wind up coming down. Some balloons out in front of the tank, some of those air traps. Barbarian King coming in along with the Royal Champion to try and cut the Queen off from running too far down in the bottom here. And then a Super Wall Breaker comes in to push the Queen toward the core. Now, because she gets on the inside of this wall here, and then the Super Wall Breaker pops open this wall, she's actually got some targets on the inside that are going to draw her attention, particularly once she notices the Royal Champion. So again, those rage spells, very important for the Archer Queen. Free spells, usually very important, keeping her alive. And the Archer Queen literally goes inside. This is like the coolest funneling I've seen on the Archer Queen for a long time. And Curly did tell me after the attack he wasn't sure if he was going to send the Warden with the balloons or in to support the Archer Queen. And he decided afterwards, hey, I want to send the Warden in with the Archer Queen. But of course, the Barbarian King and the Yak look very tempting, so he heads down there to support them. More from the Warden when the Barbarian King dies. Queen has engaged the Lava Hound and the Ice Golem inside the clan castle, and the Town Hall, unfortunately, is now active, but we have a rage spell keeping those healers in overdrive, and we've got, I want to say, a free spell. I thought a free spell came down. Archer Queen manages to take down the Town Hall. She does have the support and help of the Royal Champion, I mean, not the Royal Champion, the Grand Warden at this point, and she winds up taking out that whole middle. Now we go ahead and bring in the Lava Hound along with the balloons, and you can see once the Archer Queen just circles around and takes out the entire core, these balloons have an absolutely easy run of it just coming through here and popping off these defenses as they go. Of course, a couple extra balloons are saved, and we have some minions for cleanup, and we got a free spell being appropriately deployed. The Grand Warden helps step up where the Queen left off, and we wind up taking out all these defenses and delivering the 3 stars. Like I said, it's really hard to tell people there aren't easy, obvious ways to get people into the core with a Lalo. There aren't easy, obvious pathing opportunities that you'll take. Hopefully this will give you some great ideas on how to do it, and you can share it with your clanmates. Of course, make sure to follow me on TikTok. If you don't, follow me here. Subscribe to my channel here. Make sure that you're friendly with your clanmates. And, of course, comment down below. It's always appreciated. In the meantime, Trample Damage saying, hopefully we'll see you guys again soon. I'm going to try and get back to posting on a more regular basis. Trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, so help me out.